Good evening, dear students. Finally, CA Day is here, and happy CA Day to each and every one of you. And one of the most awaited announcement that has come up today is the transition scheme. Of course, there are other aspects to discuss. There is a prospectus to discuss. There are so many things to discuss. But then the most important, which was concerning the existing students under the current scheme. Now we can actually call it the old scheme, and now we have moved on to the new scheme. And that is what we will be discussing first. And if you are able to hear me, just give a thumbs up or give a like to the video, and also share this video with all your friends so that they can get all their doubts resolved right away. Right, so if you have any question after we go through this video, if you have any doubt with you, you can put it out in the chat box, and I would be more than happy to address your concerns, address your doubt, and we'll go step by step what the institute has shared with us in a PDF format. What would be the transition scheme, right? How would the transition happen? What will happen to the existing students? All of that. If you are able to hear me, please give a thumbs up and share it with your friends so that they also get to know the transition scheme. Right. Resolved right away. Right. So if you have any question after go through this video, if you have any doubt with you, you can put it out. So just give me a moment. Let me just set up one thing. So let me also send a notification to everyone on our app. Right. So coming back, so this is the transition scheme as per the institute announcement. So here these dates we have already known, we have already discussed in our previous video. So I would not go back and discuss the same thing over and again. I don't want to waste your time. One quick glance for foundation student, we have accounting. Then we have business laws, we have quantitative aptitude, and we have business economics. One thing which has changed as compared to previous announcement is something for CA intermediate students, right? So here you can see you have advanced accounting, then you have corporate and other laws. Paper 3 is now decided to be taxation. So taxation will be paper 3. And cost and management accounting has moved to paper 4. Okay, this is a switch that has happened. So you'll have taxation as a part of paper, group 1, and CMA as a part of group 2. Then all of you are aware, under the new scheme, after you clear CA intermediate, then you have to complete certain online self-paced modules, and here you can see the subjects: corporate and economic laws, which was a part of your final syllabus; strategic cost management, cost and performance management, that was also a part of your final level. Then from set C, any one of the papers, there are a lot of those, depending on your interest you can choose up. And from set D, anyone to be selected. Constitution, psychology, very interesting. I don't know how many of CS students will be interested in psychology that way. And then final level papers we already have seen, right? And this coming to transition scheme, which was the most important one. So if you look at the first line, what it says is all existing students will be automatically converted. So this is the point which you have to keep in mind. Automatically converted means automatic conversion without any fee in the new scheme after declaration of November-December 2023 results. So what does this mean? This basically means that once the results are declared, everybody will be automatically converted. So there is no process, everyone will be automatically converted, first thing. Second, after conversion, study material can be ordered through CDS by paying 500 and 1000 rupees for foundation, intermediate and final courses respectively. So 500 for foundation because you have only 4 subjects, and intermediate and final 1000 rupees you can pay, and you can come up with or you can get the new material. Then group wise and paper wise exemption will be announced by the examination department separately. So the exam department will separately announce the exemption what will be available. Now if I go with what was done previously also we had cost accounting and financial management as a single subject, and if you had passed them, you got exemption in cost and management accounting and financial management and economics of finance. So here also you'll have subject to subject transition or subject to subject exemption. a lot of students have a doubt as to, sir, if I have cleared group 1 in May 23, means you also have cleared taxation. So if I come back to the subjects for CA inter students, if you clear group 1, which means you have cleared accounting, corporate law, taxation, cost and management. How will we write the balance paper? There is something called unit scheme, means you need to select what would be the papers that you have not yet passed or that you are not exempted, and that is what would be given as exemption. So that is one. Then self-paced online module, one area where a lot of students have this doubt, sir, what will happen self-paced module? You have to complete it after passing intermediate. So before intermediate it is not possible. Students who have qualified both groups of intermediate, means current intermediate, please remember, students who have qualified both groups of intermediate 8 papers are exempted from undergoing self-paced online modules of Set C and Set D. So if you qualify both groups of intermediate, this is something which was not there earlier, which was not announced earlier. If you pass 8 papers, then institute is saying extra 2 papers you don't need to write. So Set C and Set D, that part you will not be required to complete, provided you pass both the groups of existing scheme, that is altogether 8 papers.
It's 2030.
Then again they are saying exemption in self-paced online modules in either Set C or Set D, one of these Set C, will be applicable for students who have passed 7 papers at intermediate. Sir, how is 7 papers possible? Maybe you have passed 4 papers in group 1 and then you are required to write the group 2 papers which are left over, right? So in that case, if you have passed 7 papers, 1 paper will be exempt. Then final course unsuccessful in existing scheme, very important for final students, will appear in May 24 examination under new scheme after automatic conversion. Such students may qualify self-paced module after passing May 24 examination but before applying for membership. So this is one thing which I think comes as a huge relaxation for CA final students. What they are saying is, you write your CA final exams, you pass the CA final exams in May 24. This is for whom? This is for someone who is coming to new scheme after conversion. Sir, if you have started to if you have started your classes or if you have registered under the new scheme, then this is not applicable. You were someone in the existing scheme, you could not clear in November. So in May 24 what they are saying is, you pass the papers, the 6 papers, then self-paced online modules Set A and Set B. Sir, what happened to Set C and Set D? Those papers are not applicable because you have passed 8 papers in intermediate and hence you are exempted, right? So Set A and Set B you can write after qualifying or after passing the CA exams but before applying for membership. Then if you do not clear in May 24, after that this option is not there. You have to write Set A, Set B first and then you will have to write the examination. Now C and D are exempted, as I told you, because you have written CA intermediate, most of you, and you have passed 8 papers in that and hence that is exempted. Now there was this another doubt for existing students, sir, can we move to new syllabus or new scheme for articleship? That is not permitted. So students who have commenced or will commence practical training by 30th June, means not today, if you have commenced till yesterday, then you will do your 3 years of articleship. You will be entitled to 156 days of leave, which is existing scenario. Advanced ICAI TSS course you have to do before appearing in the examination, and then you will be eligible to write final examination under new scheme of 6 paper in the last 6 months of practical training, subject to qualifying the self-paced online module. So one thing here I want to clarify to all of you, that if you are a student who is registering afresh in the CA final course, you will have to first pass the self-paced module and then you will be eligible to write the examination. So one honest advice to all of the students, that don't take these self-paced online modules lightly, because though they may be home-based examination or center-based examination, open book examination, we'll need to wait for the details, but then if you get stuck here, your final examination is at stake. So those of you who will be starting articleship under the new regime after the results are announced, most likely they are saying 5th or 6th is when the results should be announced. From that date, start planning for self-paced online modules only. Don't keep it for the end. We will do near the examination. It is not going to happen. As soon as possible, as soon as we get more clarity from the institute, please start pursuing this online, modules, right? Now, another specific case for students who have passed either group of intermediate and did not commence 3 years of practical training. Means what? Who are these students? These are the students, let us say November 22, they have passed one attempt. CA Inter students, November 22, they have passed one attempt, and in May 23, they have written another attempt. If they clear, anyways, after 1st of July, you can register when the results are announced. But if they did not clear, or if they have just cleared one in November 22 and now they are waiting for the results, then in that case, what is to be done? Then in that case, you have to pass both the groups. Means what? You have to pass the other group, remaining group or remaining papers, and then only you can commence the practical training of 2 years. This is something which I feel is slightly harsh on the existing students, because a lot of students would have planned that even if you don't clear in May, we will start the articleship, or after passing in May, we will start the articleship. The cutoff is slightly harsh from institute side, at least on this aspect, I would say, in the new scheme, for which we have also launched a petition. We got some 1300 signatories so far. If you are affected by this scheme, please ensure that you sign that petition. The more number of signatures we get, the better it will be for us to push, at least request the institute to reconsider this aspect, because this is one area where I feel for those students who have written one group in November and written another group in May, it is slightly harsh because you don't have the time for transition. Only 7 days notice was given and it was really difficult, right? So if you want, there is a video on petition, or you can check the news and update on our website. There you have given the link for signing the petition. Please, if you are affected, if your friends are affected, please share this with them and get them sign this, so that we can request the institute at least to reconsider the cutoff. Then advanced integrated your computer training and the management communication course, that has to be completed before appearing in the final exams. That is fine. Eligible to appear in the final exam after 6 months of practical training, subject to online modules, that is applicable to everybody. Okay. Now, another area where there is a lot of challenge for direct entry students, where they were provisionally registered because a marks sheet were not available. For a lot of them, still results are not declared. So if you are still provisionally registered, you will be automatically converted into the new scheme. Then after 8 months of study period, you will be eligible to appear in the intermediate examination. Then you have to pass both the groups and register for the training, and all other things are applicable in the same manner. Then last set of students who have not yet written examination, who will write exams in November 23. If you are writing students who are writing November 23 final exam in the existing scheme and pass one of the groups. So if you pass one of the groups, then what will happen? For remaining papers, you will be converted into new scheme, and exemption in the remaining paper unit. So there is something called unit scheme. We have a lot of transitions from professional education to PCC, professional competency course, from PCC to IPCC, for IPCC to CA Inter, now again CA Inter to new CA Inter. So whenever there are transitions which happen, balance papers are grouped together and they create something called as unit. Okay, so you'll have to write the unit, and then self-paced C and D will be exempted. Then as discussed earlier, self-paced A and B can be passed after passing the examination, but before applying for membership, and existing scheme of articleship will be applicable. There is no change in that, right? Now conversion period for foundation course, you will be given 4 years. After that you cannot, so there is no question of revalidation. For those students, you have to mandatorily move to direct entry if you want to continue pursuing CA. For intermediate, 5 years from the date of conversion, and then you are allowed to revalidate the intermediate registration only once. So all in all, you will get 10 years. Okay. This is good step, because students will get a chance to choose for alternate careers if at all they are not successful. This is one thing which is good, where they have put this restriction. And for final year, 10 years, right? So So all these are known things. I'll not want to spend time here. It is very simple. All this we have already discussed, so nothing new to be added here. This PDF is available on the institute website in our YouTube section, news and update section as well. So that is it. So just to summarize, whatever has been given as in a nutshell here. Existing students, CA Foundation, you will write exams till December 23. After that, automatic conversion. CA Inter, you will write exams till November 23. After that, automatic conversion. What will happen to your papers? They will come up with a separate clarification on that. We will have a look at it. Detailed prospectus is available, so you can have a look at that as well, where they have given details of all the syllabus content and everything. Then, if you are existing CA final student and you do not clear in November 23 whatever reasons, May 24 can be written without self-paced module. After that, you have to complete the self-paced module. Only then you will be eligible to write the final examination. For direct entry students, you have to compulsorily move to the new scheme if you are provisionally registered, clear both the groups of CA intermediate and only write the examination. Right. And articleship till 30th June from the current scheme or existing scheme, and from after that new scheme. Right. Now there are a lot of questions here, and I would like to address each one of them. Okay, thanks everyone. Thanks. New syllabus is announced. Prospectus is available. You can check our news and updates section. We have compiled all the links where you can get it directly. Okay, then what should we write? When should we write the self-paced modules? So, self-paced module you should write after you start your articleship, once we get some more clarity, but don't wait till the last moment is my part there, right? Economic law and SCMPE has been moved to self-paced module under the new scheme. Now, for exemption, see, I will tell you earlier also when we had this exemption thing previously, if someone had cleared cost accounting and financial management and they were moved to the new scheme, they were exempted from both cost accounting, financial management and economics for finance. So I believe that is what would happen, but still I will not try to 100% assure you, because that is still not yet announced by institute. But then elective is one area where they may exempt, they may not exempt. So what they mention is examination department will come out with a separate notification on this. Sir, if we have group 1 of Inter in November, and which papers will we give in May 24 under new scheme? So I'll just come back to the subjects where you will be able to understand what would happen. Okay, yeah. Now these are the subjects of your CA intermediate. Okay. Now say for example you cleared group 1 current scheme. Group 1 means what? Accounting is cleared, but accounting is not there in the new scheme. You have advanced accounting, so accounting will not be exempted. Second paper, corporate and other laws, you have corporate and other laws, this will be exempted. Then you have taxation, you have past taxation, that will be exempted. Then you have cost and management, you have past cost and management, that will also be exempted. Then what are we left with? Auditing, financial management, strategic management and advanced accounting. That is what will be, you will be required to write after the, transition happens. I hope I have answered your query, Alina. Then group 1 cleared, I have already told. Sir, if we give group 1 only in November 23, then which subject we will have to give in May? Same, whatever just now I have explained, that is what you have to give. Okay. If you are getting your answers, please give a like to the video, share this video to your friends also, so that their doubts can also be clarified. Sir, what about direct entry student completed more than 1.5 years article? Nothing changes. 1.5 years articles you have completed, you will continue to do your articleship as per your existing scheme, and you will write examination after May. So if you write in May and November, existing scheme, after that old scheme, new scheme. Sir, I have completed inter group 1. If I convert to new scheme, then how many papers I have to write? I have already explained that. What is the results date? 5th and 6th, tentative. Okay, as per ICAI announcement. Sir, I have completed group 1, that I have already registered. Yeah, done. Sir, how many papers do you have to write if I clear group 1? Okay, so most of the students have this doubt only. Group 1 I have cleared, what will happen in group 2? Sir, can we use old syllabus books for new scheme? 80-85% you will be able to use the existing books. There are some chapters which are added. Prospectus is there. We will again run you through the prospectus also. I'll be again coming up live for the prospectus discussion separately. These are transition schemes, so I'll not mix it up here. Individual subjects, what happens is they will create a unit, and in that unit you have to get an aggregate of 50%, 40% in subject, 50% total. Open books, they have not yet, I have not yet checked the prospectus. I will see. Self-paced. So self-paced online module exams, again I have to check the prospectus. I will once I'll have a look at the prospectus, and again after a break of about 10-15 minutes I'll again come back live, and then that time we can discuss. So if you clear group 1 new scheme, advanced accounts will not be considered exempt. No, because accounting is different, advanced accounting is slightly higher, right? So advanced accounting will not be exempted for you. Sir, I am going to write group 1 in final in November 23. Do I need to do self-paced? No. So for November 23 there is no self-paced examination. So self-paced exam means you can learn whenever you want to learn, means they will give you resources, material, ebook and all of that, and then based on that online examinations will be conducted. And if online examinations are conducted, you can sit, you can plan your exams and you can attempt in the specific windows. Prospectus is available, as I told you, you can check news and updates on indigoloearn.com. I will put out the link here, just a second, so that you get to know. All the links are there at a single place. That's why I'm putting it out here. So those of you who want all the prospectus, everything, you can check it out at this link. You can check it out at this link. Now coming back again, where did I leave? Yeah, here. If you clear both group in November 23, then no need to worry about self-paced module. PDF link I have given. You can just look at this. I am pinning this comment so that you can get it. Can we give advanced account individual paper in group 2? Can we do this? Right now you cannot. So you have to write the entire group only. Yes, GMCS will be mandatory. So if you clear FM Eco, we have to wait. That's what earlier they had given. If you cleared FM Eco, both are exempted. Now we have to wait whether they will exempt SM or not. Regarding open book and all, let us wait for more clarity. Arun has a question. I have cleared group 1 with accounts exemption, even though I have to write advanced account. Yes, you have to write advanced accounts. Self-paced online modules are 2 subjects like your corporate and economic law. Then you also have strategic cost management and performance evaluation. I have already pinned the link, Diya. The link is there. लिंक ऊपर है पिन कमेंट में, आप वहाँ पे क्लिक करके आप इसको डाउनलोड कर सकते हो. Right, so these 2 papers, corporate law, then strategic cost management, then you have 2 more electives, optionals, where institute will provide you the resources and you can learn them at your own pace. That is why it is called self-paced module. Advanced account is moved to group 1, and if you get exemption in advanced account, most likely paper 1 will be exempted. Okay. So this is broadly what institute has come up with. If you get exemption, see, self-paced modules have to be written. Self-paced modules have to be written. What they have said is, if you pass, let us say 4 papers, then that law from self-paced module will not be required. Pass mark in each subject is 40, it remains the same. After passing inter 2 groups in old scheme, you need to write set A and set B. So see here, set A and set B are compulsory. Set C and Set D, for those of you who pass in the existing scheme, for them it will be exempted. Sir, I have given my group 1 inter exams, my result is unfavorable, can I? Yes, till November 23, all old course exams can be returned. Okay. Pranita, yeah, I have answered your question. Pass mark is 40% and 50 marks. Exemption structure. So, exemption, again, we need some more clarity, right? So, as I mentioned in the note that ICAI examination department will give us the self-paced exemption thing, so that we can answer, that we will get an answer there. So, if I give group 1 in November and second group in May, which subjects are required to be given? If you clear group 1 in November, in May you have to write advanced accounting, auditing and FMSM. These 3 subjects you need to write as a separate unit, right? So, I think I have answered a lot of your queries. I'll be taking a break now and I'll be coming live again in about 10 minutes time after understanding some of the prospectus related aspects. Thanks a lot for being. If you still have more questions, you can ask it at our forums, or you can put a comment on this video after the stream ends, and I will be addressing them subsequently. So, I'll be again coming back in about 10 minutes time, where we can discuss the remaining aspects what has been announced by the institute. So, let me also assimilate those things, and then we will continue our discussion.